We're gonna make this quick little mindset video for the people. So, you know, we've been reflecting on the fact that we got this cast and we still more man without a hand. We're still more man without a hand. And today, I'm such a genius that by my damn self, and this is not to aggrandize, this is just to highlight the motherfucking phenomenality of the situation. By my damn self, in the gym, figuring it out. In a world full of incompetent, loser-ass motherfuckers. I got one hand. Still doing a chest workout. More efficient than these motherfuckers could draft up on their own. Now, the thing is, the highest level of intelligence is the ability. It's the ability to identify your areas of incompetence and simultaneously identify an individual who has a great deal of competence in your area of incompetence and save yourself massive amounts of time and wasted energy. Because you have a finite amount of time and energy, aka life, to get your shit sorted out. Whatever you are, your world is yours. But there's so many people, we've come to the recognition that there's so many people who don't even have the capacity. They have such inferior caliber minds that they can't even perceive Sheikhy Chic's level of genius. Now, my people, we not like that. My people on a different frequency. We tuned into the ascendancy. We're tuned into the evolution. We're tuned into that radio station mentally, sober, fit, enlightened, and rich. Now, the next level is this. As we see that inferior-minded individuals are those who make excuses, or excuses are for the inferior and the incompetent, we're way beyond that shit now. Someone asked me, yo, so how do you keep doing it? You're a beast. Average people would have settled into their comfort or some shit like that. Average? Who's comparing themselves to average people? Who's even thinking along the lines of average? I don't think of myself as average. I don't treat myself as average. I don't conduct myself as average. And this is not a matter of opinion. This is a matter of fact. Consider the vibrations raised. Your worth is demonstrated by how you treat yourself. I don't compare myself to substandard people. I don't compare myself to the lower echelon. I don't compare myself to the fucking average. Average? Why is that running through your mind? And this is most of you guys' issue, is that you actually have a massive self-worth issue. You have a deficit in self-worth. Me and my people don't assume that we're worth more. We don't walk around, we're worth more, we're worth more. That's not the mindset. The mindset is that we're not worth less. So we won't treat ourselves as less. We won't conduct ourselves as less because we do not deserve the lesser experience, the lesser conditions. Copy? Whatever you are, your world is yours. So for everybody out there who's still operating on inferior standards, being inferior, who are inferior beings, right? It is what it is. There's superior and there's inferior. People get mad at me by using these words, but if I said there's better and there's worse, it is what it is. Get out your feelings and get objective. I've always been about objective awareness. I've always been about objective analysis. I've always been about objective perspective. People say there's no such thing as objectivity. There's no such thing as objectivity. That's an objective statement. So you null and void your own shit. It's like nihilism. Oh, there is no meaning. You just created the meaning in life that there is no meaning. The highest level of life is paradox. The highest level of life is paradox. Consider the vibrations raised. So we're at this point where we do not feel a way about being better than people. Just like how most people don't feel bad about being worse. Most people do not feel bad about being poor. We don't feel bad about being prosperous, about being wealthy, about being superior, about being better than people. It is what it is. And when you know that there are people who are better than you, you have no problem because then you can bridge the gap and become just as good or even better. I always invite people to be better than me. Be better. That's how people actually use the motto or the phrase, iron sharpens iron. They say iron sharpens iron, iron sharpens iron. Everybody isn't made out of iron, bro. Some of you motherfuckers is copper. Some of you motherfuckers is rusty and dusty. Some of you motherfuckers is tin. Everybody ain't iron, you feel me? So when you say iron sharpens iron, Trust me, an individual like myself don't even want to brush up, don't even want to communicate, don't even want to interact with certain people because they're on an inferior frequency and they're of an inferior grade, an inferior quality, an inferior standard. It is what it is. You could accept this for what it is, or you could get in your feelings and walk away. But anybody who has ever listened to me, their life has gotten better. Everybody who has gone against what I've said in life, their life has gotten progressively worse. And anybody who has chosen to stay as the same has chosen to stay the same, which means as time went on, they got worse. I see a bunch of people from high school. I see a bunch of people from junior high school. I see a bunch of people from elementary school. I see a bunch of people from the towns, from me growing up. And I see a lot of people have been getting worse with time. What is that? How are you going through time and getting worse? How was your after worse than your before? This is the mindset that we move with. Your after has to always be better than your before. It is as it is. And if your after is worse than your before, then you have to check that shit the fuck out. It's too easy out here, bro. It's too easy to come up in this life. It's too easy to differentiate yourself. It's too easy to separate yourself and distinguish yourself as a superior echelon being. It is what it is, bro. You know, like, we're really behind and beyond that shit. I stand behind what the fuck I'm saying. Superior and inferior exist, just like better and worse exist. Who do you want to be around? Who do you want on your team? The man who, with a broken hand, still wakes up at 2:45, still fulfills his obligations to his people, never misses, still at the gym at 5 a.m., still putting in pain, actually using his mind and using his brain to create solutions? Or you want another motherfucking excuse-making, responsibility-evading bitch on your side, calling themselves a man? Men don't make excuses. Men don't make excuses. Men do not make excuses. Adults don't make excuses. But emphasis on the men. Don't make excuses, homie. Fuck is you talking about? Putting a lot of y'all niggas into shameful light. And it's not even like I have to try. It's just by contrast. There is no comparison. You look pale. You look trash. You look subpar. And it's always been an invitation, never a competition. But at a certain point, you got to realize there's a lot of people out there who have such a massive ego that just because the message is coming from me, they won't be able to receive it. And it'll inversely, proportionately, adversely affect them. Because at the end of the day, because they can't take this message, this pure love message, this pure ascending message, this pure evolutionary message, just because it's me, they'll reverse themselves into the downward descendancy. Just because I'm saying it, a lot of people will do the opposite. You're making yourself poor. It's never been a competition, always been an invitation. But a lot of motherfuckers got to be able to drop their ego. When you realize a lot of people really don't know how to listen, they don't listen. You don't need to hear words to listen. It's just a matter of observation. Being able to receive the impressions without consistently creating expressions. Most of you are reactionary beings. Things are happening to you and you're just bubbling up. Compulsory creatures. You have no true conscious control. You have no true deliberate expression of your energy. You are a whimmed creature, whimsically moving around. Superior and elite by default. Superior and elite by design. We created ourselves this way. Anybody who says time doesn't exist is automatically a person that you can recognize as poorer than necessary. Because time definitely is a meta construct. And time has gone by. 4 or 5 years of consistent self-investment, personal development, personal excellence, while they have 4 years of consistent personal degradation, personal neglect, personal abandonment, personal depreciation. So the time isn't the issue. It's how it's been spent by the individual. And now we're here. approaching the year 2025. Like I said, I've seen so many people from my childhood, elementary, junior high school, college. You motherfuckers look worse than ever. And Sheikhy Chic, I'm in Mackie, is better than ever. My after is better than my before. Your after is worse than your before. And motherfuckers that get a little bit of pocket change. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think some of y'all niggas got this much on you at any given time. I don't even think some of y'all niggas, like, when your shit stops. Some of y'all niggas shit stopped already. Some of y'all niggas shit stopped already. I'm not even counting. Your shit stopped yet? Some of y'all niggas shit stopped already. They use this shit as makeup. This is what men use as makeup. Money. And when you a real nigga, you know that money don't really matter. And that's not because, oh, I'm too incompetent to have it. Nah, we got it. But that shit don't make up for the man. It's a lot of lame ass men, sloppy looking men, inferior men. The money is not gonna help. The money is like makeup for men. So you see how women low-key be blemished up and they in the mirror and they doing their makeup, so they come outside and put on a mask. Yeah, a lot of quote-unquote males, a lot of quote-unquote men use money to make up, to cover up, to create a mask. But nigga, you, about the quality of you as a man. One hand, still more of a man. Real leadership shit. My team see me, the world sees me. So whoever thought that this was something to derive joy from, I'm putting salt in the wound in your motherfucking eyes, nigga. Because I know it hurts to see a nigga winning. Hand or no hand, a nigga is still gonna be that man. Motherfuckers be fully functional. Got hands, got fingers, got toes, got all the time in the world, still a bitch. Still a bitch. Still a herb, still a bitch. Still inferior. Yeah. Everybody like Dragon Ball Z. Super Saiyajin Goku. Super Saiyan. Super. It's the first 5 letters of superior. Super. Supervisor. Superintendent. Supersede. Fuck succeed. Supersede. Superior. We're super. Be the super version of you instead of this inferior bullshit. That's all we've been saying since day one. At this point, if you making excuses, you're already a loser. We beyond that. That's not even a part of our consciousness. Excuses? What? Huh? Get them out of here. Replace them. That's what God is saying. That's what the universe is saying. Excuses? What? Replace them. You don't really need it. You'd rather be inferior. And the bottom line is this. Either you committed to never being a lame, or you committed to remaining the same. Either you're committed to remaining a lame, to remaining worse, or you're committed to never being worse. Either you're committed to never making the change, or you're committed to changing for the better. A lot of motherfuckers is committed to never changing for the better. Pay attention. Don't let their words lie to you. Watch what they do. Sheikhy Chic. And shouts out to West the fuck Watson, you feel me? Because without him, his guidance, his experience, his wisdom, his mentorship, him being that solid role model for me, this degree of genius would not be at its pedigree the way that it is. So homage is always due. Geniuses respect geniuses, you heard? Consider the vibrations raised. Get yourself around people who operate at a superior standard so that you can operate at a superior standard. It is what it is. Sober, fit, enlightened, and rich. Anybody who omits the fourth part is just admitting that they have poverty consciousness. Sober, fit, enlightened, and rich. All four. These fucking monkeys out here can't even functionally be a fucking monkey, let alone call yourself a man. Fucking weirdos. Consider the vibrations raised.